Hey, Kemy, thanks so much for taking out the time to share your experience on working with us here at the Abundant Accountant, being in our 8-week sales mastery course. I'd love it if you could share with the other firm owners that might be watching this, where you're at in the country and what does your firm specialize in?
So I am in Powell, Ohio, and I specialize in wealth and tax strategy. And then we do tax preparation and bookkeeping services as well.
Awesome. And what was the biggest challenge that you were having when we first met that you said, I need help around my sales and client conversations and my sales process?
I think the biggest challenge is that I actually didn't have a sales process. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was missing out on. I just knew that I wanted more control over the kind of clients came to me.
Yeah. And wanting that control and not really having a sales process, which many firm owners don't have. What was the moment for you, Kemi, where you realized that you needed help? You needed something and that you weren't going to figure this out on your own because you've had your firm for a little while now.
Yeah. So I've had my firm for a couple of years, and my model right now is I'm kind of like I have an arrangement where I get clients, from another kind of setup. And so I just I I really just wanted, again, it's just more control. I wanted more control and I didn't know how, and I felt inadequate, like I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
sell. So even the same services that I do now, I felt like I couldn't go out and sell those services, like somebody else had to do it for me. So that's, yeah.
But you were inadequate in being able to sell your own services in your firm, and you wanted to take that control back to increase your profitability and generate more revenue. So, what made you push through and decide to invest in yourself and work with us here at the Abundant Accountant? What were maybe you can also share any fears or hesitations that you had because you have been far removed from this. You were
Yeah.
getting the leads and getting the clients, but you couldn't even upsell. What
Yeah.
made you push through and decide to invest not only money but time?
Um, that's a really good question. I mean, I invested right away, like the same day. But I think part of it is like I had heard about you before. I had seen you speak like at least once before, so I had some familiarity. And
Mhm.
then honestly, I just knew I needed it. I don't know, like what made me push through. Um, okay, I think it was thinking about if I don't make the decision now,
Yeah.
where am I going to be in 3 months? Like next tax season, I'm going to be dealing with the same problem. So why not fix it now so that I can enter into, in the next season? And that was just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm so glad I did it now because I feel more confident about, next year, even just renewals with clients. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, we've worked together for almost 8 weeks now.
Mhm.
Um, Share with us some of your aha moments and light bulb moments and shifts that have, changed this confidence that you have inside of you now.
A lot of aha moments. I think number one is just really understanding my worth,
Hmm.
that um what I bring to the table is very valuable. And I think Michelle and the team just helped me quantify, like put that into words and actually get paid what I'm worth, you know? And so that was really big aha moment. Another one was like just like how to make sure the clients that I sign on are actually clients that I want and that I like. And so that was another big deal of like, oh, I do get to choose who I work with. And there are ways for me to figure out who that is before I even sign them on. So that was really big too. I mean, there's a lot more, but I would say those are probably the first couple.
Awesome. And how is your bank account
It's a
looking?
lot bigger. Let's just say I've already made up the investment.
How much
So,
total additional revenue have you generated in just the amount of time that we've been working together?
okay, so I want to say I got the confidence to sell two tax plans that I would have never sold before. One was like 15,000 and the other one was like 10,000.
So you made
So
an extra
I
25,000.
made an extra 25,000
Wow.
that I literally would have not sold this way. So
And
yeah,
and you got paid up front, correct?
I got paid up front. I got paid up front.
A lot of change, a lot of change.
Yes.
So I'm
Yeah.
curious, Kimmy, if you could share, was there ever a moment when you were going through our 8-week sales mastery course where you thought, I don't know, is this going to work for me? This has worked for so many other people. Like,
Um,
were there any doubts or hesitations or other fears that came up throughout the process?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
I feel like I mean, from the get-go, every lesson, like I was even sharing with my best friend, and she's like, geez, I wish, like, can I sign up too? And I'm like, you have to be an accountant,
Uh,
like you see the value right away through every lesson from lesson number one. And, the group, there's other people sharing their stories, there are people further down the path.
yeah.
So I did not doubt the process at all. I mean, I think I wouldn't call it doubt. It would just be like resistance from my way of thinking to the new way of thinking. I had some of that I had to push through, but it was not a doubt of the process
It was
at
more
all.
resistance for you, yeah. But you
Yeah,
trusted the process and clearly it's working out lovely.
it's working out. Yeah.
So for all of the, accountants, tax, bookkeeping firm owners watching this, they like structure and process. I'd love it if you could share from your firm owner's hat. What did you think about the structure and working with us and the weekly assignments? And how were we unique and different than maybe other coaches or programs that you've done?
I feel like other coaches and programs I've done are not specific to accounting, so that's number one. Michelle and the team, I mean, you guys know us. So that one was good. Yeah, I mean, us accountants, we like process and step by step, and everything is like that, but it's not done for you. Like there's the examples and all of that, so it's easy to go through. I will say it is a lot of work and commitment. You got to do your part. But I mean, it's very clearly laid out. Like it's be hard to mess it up.
Yes, for sure. Um,
So,
and beyond the revenue and the extra 25 grand you just made in the last 8 weeks, how has this success and confidence have made an impact in your life with your family and the outlook of the future of your firm now?
yeah. So I'm actually just coming off of having a sales call with a lead right before this call, which is good timing. And throughout that conversation, just the confidence I felt was amazing. I've never felt this confident before talking to a lead. Um, like I have the thing in front of me step by step to go through. And I just feel more peace of mind for the future because I do have a big revenue goal for my firm that I never really could see like, okay, how am I going to get there? But now I have a pathway, like I have a plan of how to get from A to B, and that's a big deal.
Yeah,
So,
huge deal.
yeah.
Love it. Um, what would you want to share about your biggest lessons or takeaways, maybe that you haven't shared yet, that you'd want other firm owners to hear?
Um, hmm. There's so much. I think this is good. I think biggest takeaway is if you want people to invest in working with you, you've got to be willing to invest with working with others. Like, so if I want a high value client to be okay with, investing with me, I also have to be able to be okay with investing with people that are going to help me grow my business. And that is like a whole mindset thing because you're going to attract people that kind of think like you. And so, like today, that's another thing that gave me confidence is, because he was sharing of making big investments. And I'm like, you know what? I actually can relate because I just did this a few weeks ago. So I think you want to, yeah, you will attract more quality clients if you're willing to invest in yourself.
Yeah, I always say if
Big
you're
one.
willing to invest in yourself at a high level, other people will also invest
Yes,
in you at a high level.
that's a better way to say it.
Love it. And Kemi, before we wrap up, if you can go back and talk to yourself, 90 days ago, let's just say 2 or 3 months ago, and talk to yourself before joining our 8-week sales mastery course, working with the abundant accountant, what would you say to that Kemi 3 months ago?
I would have said, why didn't you do this in February or whenever I first met you? Like, why didn't you do this sooner? You could have saved a lot.
Well, and I think
Just
there's a
do
lot
it.
of firm owners that, talk to us, meet me, and they're like, oh, I'll think
Yeah.
about it, I'll wait. So, what advice would you tell that firm owner now going through this who might also be exactly where you were at? Like, we met,
Yeah,
you didn't do anything in February, you waited, but they feel stuck, they feel
yeah,
unsure, they feel that maybe this could work for them, but maybe not. Like, what would you say
yeah.
to that person that's also just kind of in limbo or thinking about things?
I would say do it anyway. At the very least, you're just going to gain some really good business skills of how to talk to people. Just do it. I actually had somebody just tell me that when I went to talk to someone who had been a client. They're like, just do it,
Oh,
and it's true. Just do it. And when you get in, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see why they said that.
awesome. Is there anything else, Kemi, that you'd love to share before we sign off that maybe I didn't ask you, but you feel compelled to share with other firm owners that might be watching this right now?
Um, Again, I just want to reiterate that, like, in order to get to where you want to be, you have to be a different person. And part of being a different person is being in a room with people that think differently. And I think you're going to get that, not just from Michelle, but other firm owners that just think differently. And it's really important, not just for us, but even just for our industry,
Mhm.
to be able to just educate people of how to, work with us. And so I do encourage you to just just do it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kemi.
Yeah. Mhm.